Well, we can definitely think, or many people think of Lady Bird Johnson when they see those wildflowers along the nation's highways and fewer junkyards and fewer billboards. She was a champion of environmental causes. In fact, a while back, we got a chance to speak with her several years ago to talk about her environmental causes and how she championed those campaigns. Here she is in her own words.
It's a gospel that got to me a long, long time ago, and has only grown with the years. You see, it's all sort of an intertwined ball, the whole environment is. You pick up one thread and it leads you to another thread. It involves clean air, clean water, wilderness areas, beaches. It was the whole warp and woof of what I had fallen in love with in my youth and kept on exploring until now. That did take me from sea to shining sea, and yes, I took as many of you all as I could get. There's so much scenery in this country. It's Europeans, I think, must go home just goggle-eyed at the great variety.
Guilty. That's what a jury finds Colton Petoniak guilty of first-degree murder. Good evening. I'm Michelle Valles. Robert Hadlock has the evening off. The jury found the former UT student guilty of intentionally and knowingly murdering Jennifer Cave. Now family members from each side are begging for different sentences. Tonight, we have team coverage. KXAN's Shannon Wolfson is live with reaction from this verdict. But first, we start with Santa Henderson, who's been following this trial since the very beginning. Santa?
Michelle, I just found out that the jury has reached a sentence in this case. Right now, both sides are in the courtroom. Colton Petoniak has not yet been brought over from the jail. But once again, the jury does have a sentence, and as soon as we get it, we'll let you know. It could sentence him to life in prison. That would mean at least 40 years before he's eligible for parole. The defense told the jury that they should also consider probation because this is his first felony conviction. They said, or at least manslaughter, which would be up to 20 years. Today, mothers on each side took the stand, and each cried on the witness stand.
Sharon, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry for what your family is going through. I only met Jennifer once, but she was lovely.
Colton Petoniak's mother, Bridget, apologized to Sharon Cave for the murder of Jennifer Cave. She also begged the jury for leniency for her son. And for the first time during this trial, the convicted murderer showed emotion.
I've listened to my son as he's been portrayed as a monster, knowing that nothing could be further from the truth.
Truth is, Jennifer Cave was shot and beheaded in August 2005, and now her mother is left with only memories.
It's birthdays, it's Christmas, it's Easter, it's Thanksgiving, which was her favorite because she loved buttermilk pie. It's calling her on her cell phone. It's hitting a cell at Dillard's. It's the little everyday things. Oh gosh, Jennifer would have loved that. I call her cell phone number sometimes just to see if I can catch her voice.
A voice that can't be heard now, so it's up to a jury to decide if and how long her killer will go to prison.
This is the final gift that you get to do for Jennifer. This is the last thing you get to give her.
We're talking about baldness this morning. Pretty much inevitable for a lot of men, but a new FDA-approved product is claiming to have a cure.
We are continuing our Amazing Claims series. Our Michelle Valles is here live this morning to talk about a device getting a lot of attention. Morning, Michelle.
Good morning, you two. Well, many jokes are made about bald men, nice rug or chrome dome dude. But when it comes down to it, it's really not a laughing matter. It's estimated over 50 million men and 30 million women are losing their hair. And though there are thousands of products out in the market that claim to stop baldness, the FDA has only approved 3, Propecia, Rogaine, and now a laser device. Is there really light at the end of the tunnel for guys going bald? I I personally think bald men are sexy. It's all about the confidence, right? We want to let you know, while we're not endorsing this product whatsoever, the Lexington International is a member of the Florida Better Business Bureau. As you heard, Dr. Rhodes wasn't a fan of the laser comb, even with an FDA approval. So what does she think is the best way to combat hair loss? Oh, okay, I'll let you know. Combining topical, I thought you men might have the answer. Yeah. Combining topical and oral medications, Propecia and Rogaine. Dr. Rhodes also encourages all of us to use gentle hairstyling. Don't tug on those follicles. Keep the hair follicles open. Like Christian said, Nioxin worked for him, but you know, different strokes for different folks.
Absolutely.
$500?
That's a lot of money, and it lasts for how long?
Well, they claim it has a lifespan of 10 years if used accordingly, which is 3 times a week, 10 to 15 minutes a day. But all it promises is exciting results.
Okay.
Laser on your head.
When your wife finds out you spent $500 on a brush,
It's going to be exciting.
Also,
it's going to be exciting.
Also, you got to have hair to even try it out. You know, you can't just be bald. And
well, your comment about the bald men, 18 guys in the studio just shaved their heads.
Michelle, thanks so much for waking up with us this morning.
I don't know what to do with myself now. 7 o'clock, I'll go have some coffee.
Perfect. Well, I'll go to breakfast.
A fundraising concert this week highlights a topic many aren't comfortable talking about: marijuana. This week, Willie Nelson is using music and some star power to push for relaxing marijuana laws. In a story you'll only see on KXAN, Willie sat down with me to talk about Freedom Fest.
Hi, are we rolling?
We're rolling.
Out at his Pedernales studio, Willie Nelson is still recording music and still touring with his band. But his latest project is a first. That was your idea? Willie came up with Freedom Fest, a concert at the backyard on Friday. He's the headliner and he's giving the proceeds to 4 marijuana reform groups. Willie helped bring the groups together for the first time to strengthen their lobbying efforts to legalize marijuana.
Sure, I'd like to see it taxed and regulated and looked upon as nothing any more or less dangerous than alcohol or cigarettes.
Concert promoters focused on the music and barely mentioned the marijuana benefit. Still, advertisers shied away. Why do you think people are afraid to really give their opinion about marijuana?
One of them because it's illegal. And once you admit smoking it, then you have admitted committing a crime. And somewhere there's a stigma attached to that.
Today, Willie stands up against that stigma. He's given up the booze and the cigarettes, but not the pot. You smoke quite a bit. You smoke daily.
Yeah, more than I need to.
But he wasn't always this forthright, especially in his days as a budding musician, where you kind of avoided the subject of marijuana. So you haven't always been this open, and now at 74, you're very comfortable talking about it.
Yeah.
Why did that change?
I don't know. I think with age you get a little more nerve. Watch a guy like me who smoked for 50 years and, you know, if I'm running into the walls or something or making a lot of bad decisions, but, you know, I do a 2-hour show every night and remember 40 or 50 songs. So I challenge anybody out there to, you know, you might tie it, but I doubt if you can beat it.
Willie's argument is far from getting the attention of Texas lawmakers. Since 1995, 12 states have legalized marijuana for medicinal use. Texas is not one of them. Representative Elliot Neistat sponsored a medical marijuana bill for patients with a bona fide medical condition like AIDS, glaucoma, or multiple sclerosis. Chair of the Public Health Committee, Diane DeLisi, denied the bill a hearing.
Making it available for medicinal use won't make it any safer to use than any other drug.
Drug treatment counselor Lori DeLong agrees with DeLisi's decision. She says making marijuana legal, even for ailing patients, gives it a perception that it's safe.
I know that on any given day I may have 60 kids in my program, and that's what they started with. And that's really hard for me to reconcile. They started with marijuana.
But Willie says ditto with any other drug, legal or illegal.
I don't recommend anything you know, for children because I think you need to let your lungs and your mind develop. But once you get to be 74 years old, I don't think anyone should tell you what to do.